In the ever-shifting sands of the digital world, where social media giants rise and fall, there lies a tale of a pioneer, a titan that once reigned supreme, yet vanished almost into thin air. This is the story of MySpace, a platform that defined a generation, only to become a whisper in the winds of the internet. MySpace, a name that once echoed through the halls of cyberspace, a place where music, friendships, and online personas blossomed. In its heyday, MySpace was more than just a website. It was a cultural landmark, a digital revolution that redefined social interaction. But what happens when a titan stumbles, when the lights of success dim and shadows of downfall loom? In this tale of digital rise and fall, we unravel the intricate web of decisions, the pivotal moments of triumph, and the critical missteps that led to the decline of the once dominant empire. Join us as we delve into the labyrinth of MySpace's history, its meteoric rise, its tumultuous journey, and the enigmatic figures behind its ascent and eventual descent into the annals of digital history. This is a story of innovation, ambition, and the harsh reality of the internet's unforgiving landscape. Welcome to the Chronicle of MySpace, a saga of digital dreams, battles for supremacy, and a cautionary tale for the ages. Act 1. The Rise of MySpace. The story of MySpace begins not in a grand boardroom, but in the humble cradle of innovation that was the early 2000s internet, a time of exploration where the digital frontier was ripe for conquest. Enter Chris DeWolf and Tom Anderson, visionaries who saw beyond the pixels and code. In 2003, amidst a sea of nascent social platforms, they launched MySpace. Little did they know, they were planting the seeds of a digital revolution. MySpace wasn't just a platform, it was a canvas for expression. Users flocked, drawn to the allure of creating their own digital identity. Customizable profiles, glittering with personal flair, became digital homesteads. MySpace became synonymous with personal expression. But MySpace's true masterstroke lay in its embrace of music. Bands and artists once hidden in obscurity found a beacon of hope on MySpace. It wasn't just a social network, it was a launchpad for careers, a nexus where music met its audience. And rise it did. MySpace became the king of social media, its flag planted firmly atop the digital hill. Millions of users, each a world unto themselves, connected in this vast network. It was the era of MySpace, a reign marked by unprecedented growth and cultural dominance. The influence of MySpace bled beyond the screen. It shaped music, fashion, and even language. Friend Me on MySpace became the clarion call of a generation coming of age online. MySpace was more than a brand. It was a cultural phenomenon. But in the world of technology, change is the only constant. As MySpace soared, few could foresee the tempest on the horizon. For every empire, no matter how grand, faces its moment of trial. And for MySpace, that moment was drawing near. Act 2. The Turning Point. As the wheels of time turned, the digital landscape began to shift beneath MySpace's feet. The year 2005 marked a pivotal chapter in the saga, the moment when MySpace would face its greatest test. Enter Rupert Murdoch's News Corporation, a media titan with an eye for potential. In a bold move, News Corp acquired MySpace for a staggering $580 million. It was a gamble of epic proportions, a marriage of old media might and new digital dreams. For a fleeting moment, optimism reigned. MySpace continued its meteoric rise, its user base swelling like a tide. But beneath the veneer of success, cracks began to appear. The challenge was not just in sustaining growth, but in navigating the uncharted waters of rapidly evolving internet. Then came the challengers, sleek, nimble, and armed with fresh ideas. Among them, Facebook, a platform that redefined simplicity and user experience. MySpace, once the pioneer, now faced the irony of becoming the old guard. Internal struggles began to surface. MySpace's platform, cluttered and unwieldy, became a maze for its users. Spam and security issues added to the turmoil. The digital utopia, once celebrated for its freedom and creativity, was now a labyrinth of inefficiencies. The captains at the helm, DeWolf and his team, stood at a crossroads. The choices made in these hallowed boardrooms would chart the course of MySpace's destiny. Each decision, a ripple in the pond of its future. As MySpace grappled with its identity, Facebook, led by the astute Mark Zuckerberg, was writing its own narrative. A narrative of streamlined interfaces, targeting advertising, and a relentless pursuit of user-friendly experiences. The stage was set for a clash of titans, a battle for digital dominance. Act 3. The Fall. The year 2008 marks a pivotal moment in MySpace's journey. a descent from the zenith of digital domination to the nadir of online irrelevance. The cracks in MySpace's foundation were deepening. Leadership, once the vanguard of its triumph, now grappled with the rapidly evolving online world. DeWolf and his team, ensnared in a web of past successes, faced a digital landscape that demanded agility and foresight, qualities that were slipping through their fingers. MySpace's user interface, once a canvas of self-expression, now felt cumbersome, a stark contrast to the streamlined and intuitive designs of its rivals. The platform, struggling to evolve, clung to an aesthetic that was increasingly seen as archaic. In this era of digital Darwinism, Facebook emerged as a formidable adversary. Zuckerberg's platform was not just growing, it was evolving, adapting to user needs with a precision that seemed alien to MySpace's leadership. Facebook's appeal lay in its simplicity, an uncluttered user experience that felt like the future. In a series of frantic overhauls, MySpace sought to reinvent itself. Each redesign, rather than rejuvenating the platform, only served to alienate its core audience. The spirit of MySpace, once its cornerstone, was fading into obscurity. Critical decisions in the corridors of MySpace's power would hasten its decline. The leadership shift in focus from user engagement to short-term revenue gains was a misjudgment. In the volatile realm of social media, where user loyalty is ephemeral, these decisions were detrimental. As MySpace faltered, its users began a mass exodus. They were drawn to newer platforms that offered a sense of community and innovation, elements MySpace was rapidly losing. The titan of social media was now staggering, unable to keep pace with the change it had once pioneered. MySpace's last stand, an attempt to pivot towards music and media, was a final grasp at relevance. But the digital tide was against them. The network that had once connected millions was now a relic, a ghost of its former glory. Thus concludes the saga of MySpace, a chronicle of digital hubris, a cautionary tale of a giant unable to adapt. In the unforgiving world of the internet, MySpace's story is a poignant reminder of how quickly empires can crumble. Act 4. The Aftermath and Legacy. As the curtain falls on MySpace's tumultuous tale, we turn to the aftermath, a period marked not by fanfare, but by quiet reflection and fading echoes. The final chapter sees MySpace, once a digital behemoth, sold to Specific Media and Justin Timberlake in 2011, a deal that spoke not of triumph, but of a desperate bid to salvage remnants of a bygone era. The platform, rebranded and repurposed, drifted into the annals of digital history, its name evoking nostalgia rather than relevance. Today, MySpace's legacy lingers in a world it helped to create, yet no longer leads. Under the stewardship of HMD Global, the brand survives, but in a form far removed from its zenith. The platform's naming conventions, once iconic, now serve as cryptic reminders of a past glory. Yet in the grand tapestry of the internet, MySpace's influence is indelible. It laid the groundwork for social networking, pioneered digital self-expression, and forever altered the music industry. Its DNA is woven into the very fabric of today's social platforms. In the end, MySpace's story is not just one of rise and fall, but also of lasting impact, a tale that serves as a testament to the ephemeral nature of digital success and a reminder of the relentless march of innovation and change.